should you place your sentence? My name is Paul Pasulka, Ivy Masters Learning Center at ivymasters.com. And today we're going to look at Test 3, Section 2, number 39. So for this type of a question, where should you place your sentence, what you've got to remember is that paragraphs go from general to specific. If you place a sentence in, read the transition before and after. If in either spot it's going specific to general, you know it's in the wrong spot. Make sure your paragraph goes from problem to solution. If you place your sentence, read the transition before and after. If in either spot it's going solution to problem, you know it's in the wrong spot. And make sure you always read that sentence after, because a lot of times it'll fit with the sentence before but not the sentence after. You want to make sure you're not separating sentences that should not be separated. And then lastly, you want to see if you'd expect something before or after the sentence. So for example, if I say, without this idea, Einstein would have never formed his theory of relativity. Would you expect something before or after that sentence? You'd expect something before. What would you expect before? The idea. So if you see the word this or that or these or those, you know that it's telling you what you should expect before. So 39 reads, to make this paragraph most logical, sentence 5 should be placed where? So we're going to read sentence 5 and see if we would expect something before or after. So sentence 5 reads, continuing the tradition, Peter's daughter, Elizaveta, introduced the best and strongest cats in Russia to the Hermitage. So are we expecting something before or after? Well, before, what I would expect is it might be talking about Peter. It might be talking about the tradition that Peter started. And then after, it's probably talking about the cats and the Hermitage. But let's check our options here. One is where it is now. Later, Catherine the Great declared the cats to be the official guardians of the galleries. Continuing this tradition, Peter's daughter, we've got Catherine before, not Peter. We don't have mention of tradition. After sentence 1, State Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg, one of Russia's greatest art museum, has long had a productive partnership with the much-loved animal, the cat. Continuing the tradition. What tradition? Peter's daughter, who's Peter? So, let's see after sentence 3. 3. Peter, there he is, Peter the Great introduced the first cat to Hermitage in the early 18th century. Continuing the tradition, Peter's daughter Elizaveta introduced the best and strongest cats to the Hermitage. And then later, Catherine the Great declared the cats to be the official guardians of the galleries, not the galaxies. So it looks like it's going to be after sentence 3. It would have to be because Peter's mentioned before, and then continuing the tradition, Peter's daughter, and then it's talking about Catherine after. There's another option for after sentence 6, so we'll just read it to consider it. Sentence number 6. Today, the museum holds a yearly festival honoring these faithful workers, and then continuing the tradition, Peter's daughter Elizaveta. That's definitely not going to work because we would call this an anachronism, something out of time order. We're talking about today, and then we're talking about Peter's daughter Elizaveta. So Peter was around in the 18th century. So Elizaveta was around also in the 18th century, possibly into the 19th century. So correct answer has got to be C after sentence 3. Thank you for joining us today. If you like this video, click like. You can share it with someone who has trouble with sentence placement questions. If there's any question you'd like to see answered from any official PSAT or SAT or ACT, leave that in the comments. I'd be happy to shoot a video on it. And click subscribe so you don't miss anything. Have a great day.